so November, we're finishing up this. We're finishing up Dot Hack. We're going fishing. And then come December, an event. Alright. Also, can we talk about how cute this Winamp skin is? Oh gosh, I'm moving things around that don't need to even drown. Here we go. Look at how cute this is. This is so freaking cute. And like, it doesn't capture my cursor, but my cursor is a little Link with his sword. Oh man. All the cuter. All the cuter. We stan cute Winamp skins. Alright. Anyway. Let's get into it. So I started a little bit. I got a little bit in. Just an itty bitty bit. Enough to get us rolling on the Tsugumi route. So alright. We're trapped. Everything's exploding. AI girlfriend's like, ooh. And we're like, well, too bad you fucked up, robo-girlfriend, because you're not our girlfriend this playthrough. Our girlfriend is the emo girl. We may have even overlooked the cause of this when we were checking around a little bit ago. We're in this together. Everyone is fine, so let's just consider ourselves lucky.
ごめんなさい。
Yeah, you better be sorry, Robert. So I answered without looking away from the monitor.
すみません、倉成さん。なんだか気を使っていただいて。
Hi, Kurinari-san. It's nothing. Alright, let me check our thing. Alright, so our next choice we gotta worry about is we're spending the night in the compression chamber. We're gonna have to ask where Tsugumi went. We gotta worry about Tsugumi. Here, I can put this over here so I can still see it. There we go. There we go. Get things all set up, all arranged. There we go. We're good. Let's... Skippy! I can't. I scratched the tip of my nose, because I'm an anime character. Can we skip now? There we go. Whoosh! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, here we go. We're in the compression chamber. Where did Tsugumi go? Because the only way to get a romance correct in this game is to single-mindedly be obsessed with whoever your focus is. Just before the hatch was closed, she'd suddenly started talking.
あ、それじゃあ、私は行くから。
Later, nerds. Hey, where are you going?
急に行くところができたのよ。
There's a place that I just realized I need to go. Where? Treatment is more urgent than that.
必要ない。
I don't need it. Tsugumi, that's irresponsible and selfish.
こんな狭苦しい場所にいつまでもいられないわよ。ま、一人で逃げ出したりはしないから。安心したら。
Batches, given a little more room. Hey, whatever. That's not the point.
要するに、付き合いきれないの。あなたたちとは。
To be blunt, I don't have the patience for you. Any of you. Tsugumi ignored you and me and went off somewhere. I was actually watching a YouTube video about it was about an oil rig disaster that involved a compression chamber. And it was semi-interesting in the terms of this game because I did learn that it's true. They do actually put helium in the air mix in these saturation like diving situations. But more importantly, they were talking about the way that these saturation diving shifts worked, and it was something like you need like a full day of like decompression for like every atmosphere of pressure. So it's very like, wait a minute. Or it was for every like 5 atmospheres or something like that. Either way, it was very like, wait a minute. This game keeps throwing you in these chambers for like singular hours. They should be in there for like 30 hours. Which doesn't seem to make sense with my vague memory of these things, but... And yeah, I completely forgot that the main problem with vacuums and killing people is that, aside from pressure, the main thing that pressure changes in things is the boiling point. So, in the event of rapid depressurization, the actual problem is the sheer adjustment of the boiling point. So, more than imploding, everybody here, their brains should have boiled in their bodies. You know, the good news is it happens instantly. Hey! Alright. Should you say something to Tsugumi in the control room? We should. We should talk to her. What's interesting here is there's lots of leads to good ends, but like the only required for a good end thing is that when Sora wants to have a private conversation with you, that you don't go. Everything else just leads to good end. So it's kind of wild. I see why people said that this is a really, like, temperamental ending to get. Right, I wonder where she could have run off to the day before, but decided not to ask. Decided to shower her with the cheeriest greeting I could muster. Ohayou gozaimashita! How you feeling? If you aren't feeling good, you should probably get to the decompression chamber. Tsugumi didn't budge. Stood there with her mouth half open, only blinking her eyes a couple of times. Takashi, you absolute weirdo. What's the matter? You tired? Low blood pressure. Well, I didn't exactly sleep like a baby either. Damn room was so small I ended up sitting on the floor all night. Oh, that's right. Takashi's got like dick straw in his face right now. I completely forgot. I yawned and rubbed my eyes with both hands as I spoke. But then, Tsugumi's eyes narrowed into slits and she leveled a steely glare at me. It was the kind of look that could kill. You are the absolute worst. Huh? And having his face drawn all over while he doesn't know betrays that. No, he slept like a baby. Tsugumi shook her head as if she was fed up with me and vanished inside the control room. Guess we better start skipping along then. What to do? Well, we're not romancing Sora. We're going for Tsugumi. So we're looking for her. I'd go see Sora after that. I took their sandwiches in hand and left the room. Hey, Tsugumi! Called out as I walked corridors at random. Chow time! Knew she wasn't the type to answer that. Finally! The end of a corridor, I spied Tsugumi. Ah, there she is. What are you doing here? Himmel was written on the door. Tsugumi wasn't really doing anything. She just stood in front of the door. Nothing. It's none of your business. None of my business, huh? Oh. Sure, whatever. What are you doing here? This food delivery man. I held one of the tuna sandwiches out to Tsugumi. What's this? Breakfast? You're not gonna eat? Tsugumi tilted her head a little and stared at the sandwich. You don't want it? I'll give it to you. I didn't say I didn't want it. Tsugumi indifferently took the sandwich from me. Good. I went to a lot of pain to make that. You said you didn't want it? I don't know what I'd. Tsugumi began to walk away without listening as I was talking. And that is the correct action, you know what? Hey! Hey, hold on a second! I suddenly grabbed Tsugumi's shoulder. You should at least say thanks! Tsugumi didn't try to turn around. She shook my hand off her shoulder effortlessly. She let out an annoyed sigh. Touch me, motherfucker. Tsugumi said it in a low voice without turning around. My shrugged off hand floated in the air with nowhere to go.
私に
Don't
触らないで
touch me. Tsugumi repeated the same words again and silently started walking away. Down the water-covered floor of the corridor. Rings rippled out slowly from where Tsugumi stepped as she walked. Just then, the lights in the corridor began to flicker uneasily. I instinctively glanced up at the ceiling. Listening carefully, I heard a sound like the rumble of thunder far away. What? What's happening? It couldn't be! Tiny waves formed and the water pooled on the floor. The walls and ceiling trembled slightly. Metal screeched on metal. I could see Tsugumi's back down the corridor. The lights clicked and flickered. Tsugumi turned and looked back at me, as if she wanted to say something to me. Darkness blanketed us. Tremors and sounds stopped, but an eerie silence filled the area. Only the emergency lights glowed dimly. Is this a blackout? Tsugumi! I kicked up water as I ran. I ran to where Tsugumi was, shouting. Tsugumi, it's a blackout! A blackout!
わかってる
She's like, thank you, Takashi. My eyes actually do work. And work in the dark. A little suspiciously. What should we do?
なんで私に聞くのよ
Why are you asking me? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, you've been in this hallway with me this whole time. So what should we do? I know. First, we should go to where everyone is. We cut through a nearby door and came out in front of the kiosk. You wasn't there. I sprinted to the room next door. There was no sign of anyone there either. I scanned the area. My eyes weren't used to the darkness yet, and I couldn't see into the corners of the room. Hey, Coco! Kid! You! The echo of my voice was swallowed, vanishing into the darkness. Where could they have gone? Just got a touch. A little tippity touch. Tippity touch more. Alright. My eyes stopped on the bench. Top of the tray I'd left, there was one tuna sandwich remaining. I still had one of the sandwiches in my hand. The emergency didn't seem to faze Tsugumi, who was stuffing her face with the sandwich I'd given her.
ね
Hey,
えこれ
this. Tsugumi handed me something. It was the balled-up sandwich
捨て
wrapper.
といて
Needs to be thrown away. Saying that, Tsugumi left the room. Cause she on that queen shit. I can't believe that girl. Took the crumbled up wrapper, put it back on the tray, and soon followed after Tsugumi. In front of the control room. In the far darkness, I could just make out 3 familiar outlines. Splashing through the water, the 3 of them walked over.
ねえ、空のこと見かけなかった？
Hey, you seen Sora? I looked at Tsugumi. She shook her head. Wasn't she in the control room?
それがも
It's empty now. You sure? Let's check. Pushed the panel next to the door, but the button remained lifeless. Hey, how do you open this? Does the electricity have to be on?
扉の下の方に緊急用の開閉装置があるから
Oh, there's an emergency mechanism for opening the door near the bottom of it. Pulling on the lever, I pushed the door over to the side. Door opened just wide enough for a person to squeeze through. I peeked inside the room. Pitch black. Couldn't see a thing.
懐中電灯いる？
You want a flashlight? Oh, thanks. Taking the flashlight, I turned it on and stepped into the room. The white circle of light appeared on the wall. Shined the flashlight left and right, lighting up all corners of the room. The electrical system was completely down. Like an abandoned castle, there was no sign of warmth left. There's clearly nobody there. Well, what should we do? I joined everyone and asked that calmly. Been one crisis after another since the day before. Guess we were already used to the situation because nobody had lost it.
前に何も言わずに空がいなくなるなんて
Can't believe Sora would take off without saying anything first. You tilted her head as she said that. Looking at her then, I noticed something. When did you change clothes? Oh, this? This old thing? Use ring clothes I hadn't remembered seeing. Spilled sauce all over my uniform. And one change of clothes in the changing room. My everyday clothes. Alright, we can skip now. Alright. Alright, we're helping Tsugumi. Alright, I'll go with you. I stared back into Tsugumi's eyes. I didn't think about going against her. Tsugumi nodded. Hey, what about Coco?
そうね。ココには別の仕事を頼みたいから。
I've got another job I want Coco to do. Another job? What's that?
今話した事情をユウと少年に伝えてほしいの。
I want you to tell you and the kid what I just told you.
私とたけしがこれから発電室を見に行くって話を。
I mean, tell them that Takashi and I are going to the generator room. Which is what we did on our first playthrough, where we did the Sora bad end. Or I guess Sora and Tsugumi have the same bad end. So I guess more correctly, the Takashi bad end. The inexplicably, everybody is so wet for Takashi that they drown. Okay, they don't drown. They die from blood from every orifice disease. Alright, Coco clicked her heels together and gave a kind of salute. Go for it, Coco. We skippin'. Tsugumi has drilled a hole in the wall of the elevator, because good for her. Thought maybe I'd wash my hair. Thought it was good timing. I was due for a wash anyway. I'd missed bathing the day before. Dunked my head under the inflowing water and mussed up my hair. Yep, it was invigorating. Could feel the minerals seeping into my scalp. Water was cold, but it was actually refreshing. Hey, you get the shampoo for me? What the heck am I doing? Sorry, sometimes I'm so stupid it takes myself over. Tsugumi gave me the evil eye. Just then. Boom! The egg elevator took a big jolt and started to move. I began to descend, ever so slowly. Peeking through the window and into the blue, we could see the outside of Lemu. The blue gradually got darker, and the steel bulkhead appeared to move farther away upward. The higher water pressure increased the force of the water pouring in. The speed of our descent picked up. I wondered how many meters we had dropped. Shifted my gaze towards the sea bottom, but Driderstock still hadn't come into view. Water in the elevator had already reached my chest. My legs were floating. I was on my toes. I kicked off the floor with all my power and seized an edge of the ceiling. Hey, don't you think this is pretty dangerous? A strange smile appeared on Tsugumi's face. Seemed she was getting a little worried. I wonder if we'll die like this.
Come on,
Maybe. Not maybe. This harebrained idea was all yours. The surface of the water reached my throat and cold seawater rushed into my mouth. I lifted my chin and desperately tried to stick to the ceiling. Tsugumi! Tsugumi! I screamed crazily. I looked sideways and saw Tsugumi struggling to stay above the water. Just then, boom! The egg was shaken by a strong shock. We made it to the 3rd floor. I wanted to shout that, but it was impossible. There was no longer enough air for me to yell. I didn't know if she'd panicked or what, but Tsugumi was thrashing her arms and legs around desperately. In the blur underwater, I pinned down Tsugumi's shoulder. It's alright. I'll take care of it. I felt Tsugumi's body relax. I kicked against the wall and clung to the handle of the watertight door. I focused every bit of strength in my body on turning the heavy handle. Because my body would float, I couldn't gain traction with my feet. Bracing one leg on the handrail, I continued turning and turning it. The water pressure began pressing in on my eardrums. My body was screaming for oxygen. Open! 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 The double-ply door opened. The mass of water, Tsugumi and I were all spit out the elevator and onto the floor. But we didn't have time to catch our breath. Seawater was flooding into the hole in the elevator even more ferociously than ever. Got up immediately and rushed to the watertight door on the elevator. First, I closed that door, locked it, and then closed the door on the Lemu side as well. That elevator is fucked. Whoosh. Well, do you know the Archimedes principle? We don't need to answer anything in particular here, so... Dang, you're annoying. Of course I know about that. The buoyancy of a submerged object is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the object. That's how boats work! Let's see. Sure, let's ask how she knows so much about Lemu. Decided to ask about something that'd been nagging me for a while. Tsugumi, why do you know so much about Lemu? I mean, you seem to know a bunch of details, like about this generator room or the pipe room or whatever. I couldn't check her expression, but it seemed like she was deep in thought about something. How's that for a meaningful question?
全然
Completely
意味なんかないわ。
devoid of meaning. Try again, jerk. Tsugumi muttered
そ
that.
んなことを聞いて、あなたは何か得する？
How's my answer to that going to help you?
私のことを知っても何の意味もないでしょ。
It doesn't really matter whether you know that about me or not.
あなたには知る必要のないこと。
It's something you don't need to know. Oh, I see. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. Still, I really did want to know. Tsugumi's evasion of the question had me interested in finding out what there really was to her. But I didn't think she would answer if I badgered her about it anymore. I was irritated, but decided to play it cool and pretend like I didn't care. Hell yeah! Back to skip mode! Whoosh! See, I'm starting to get optimistic. Ooh, you know, maybe at the 2 hours, I'll evaluate how close we are. But man, we hit the end of Yu's walkthrough, and there was like hours and hours and hours of game left. So I don't know. I'm not gonna fall into that trap this time. You're not gonna trick me this time, Ever17. Alright, Takepyon, you know it, right? Oh, that's right. She wants us to play Super Memory. Yeah, of course I know it. I answered, full of confidence. You want me to help you set up the cards?
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。
Wait a minute.
そうよ。一体何なの？
What in the world are you talking about? What? You guys scared to play Super Memory? Are you bad at it?
違う。
No.
苦手とか得意とかそういう問題じゃないっての。
I don't know if I'm good or bad at it.
もしかして。
Huh? You mean, you guys really don't know the game?
うん。
ええ。
Me either. You're kidding. I don't believe this. I was stunned.
そんなこと言われても
What
知
we
らないも
don't
のはしょう
know.
がないじゃない。
What we don't know. With that, you clammed up.
そうなんだ。結構有名なゲームだと思ったんだけどな。
It's a pretty famous game. At least, I thought it was.
まあいいや。
But it's no problem.
簡単なルールだから教えてあげるよ。
The rules are simple. I'll teach you. Coco started shuffling the cards brilliantly.
まずね、よく切ったトランプを
First, you have to shuffle the cards really
こん
good.
な感じでテーブルの上に広げるの。
Then, you spread the cards on the table, like this. You spread them out randomly so they didn't overlap.
ら順番にカードをめくるのね。
Then we do rock, paper, scissors, and you turn over cards, starting with the loser.
こういう風に1枚めくったらもう1枚めくるみたいな感じで。
Like this. You turn over one card, and then one more.
もしもこの2枚のカードが同じ数だったら、そのカードはめくった人のものになるの。
And if the two cards are the same number, the person that turned them over gets them.
簡単でしょ？
So it's easy, right? Hey, everybody get it? Let's play. Let's play! Whoosh. The explanation at the park entrance. I totally listened. Ha ha ha.
空はね。
I didn't get distracted by Coco's joke or anything. For some reason, I didn't want to have you tell me. Sora is... I got it! Sora's the ghost of a beautiful system engineer that died in the prime of her life with her dreams still unfulfilled!
違いますよ。
No, Takashi, you're a moron. Nuh-uh. I totally knew she was a hologram the whole time. Tag, huh? No. I don't wanna. I wanna rest, like Tsugumi said. I think I'll hold off for now. Once you get older like me, like 20, tag takes its toll on your body.
年ね。あんたって見た目以上に老けてんのね。
Well, you must be older than you look. What?
確かにクラナリって鈍そうだしな。
And besides, Kurenari doesn't seem too sharp anyway.
鬼ごっこしても真っ先に捕まるんじゃない？
I'll bet he'd be caught right away. That's right. Get him, you. Get him. He deserves this shit. He deserves it. I stood up energetically.
クラナリ選手、参加表明か？
Does that mean Kurenari wants to play now?
タケピョン、やろうやろう。
Skipyon! It'll be fun! It's not. The skipping has any benefit, it's being able to skip this whole tag game. Sure, elevator hall. Whoosh. We've seen both sides of this. We've seen every aspect of this. We may escape tag. We're finally completely free of tag, and I am so happy for that. Alright. Here we go. You're talking with Tsugumi. We don't care where you went this morning. We want to know. Hey, you want another one? I can make you one.
いらない。
No. I like how the translation makes her a little more polite. Iranai by no means is an oh no thanks. It's more of a you always just wolf your food down. I don't know, but there just isn't much satisfaction in cooking for you. Besides, with all that ketchup and mustard on it, you probably can't even taste it.
味なんてどうでもいい。
It doesn't matter how it tastes. Of course it matters! Doing my best to show you how real cooking tastes. You just wait. I'll cook you up a meal that'll wake up your taste buds.
もう十分食べたから。
I've had enough to eat, okay?
お腹いっぱいだから。
I'm full. Huh. Well, if you say so. Well, if it's not another emergency. Suddenly, a low metallic sound reverberated throughout the complex. It was a dull, muffled sound. What was that?
少し揺れたわね。
This whole place just shook a little. Tsugumi's eyes darted around as if searching for something. Moments later, the kid and Coco, who'd both been resting in another room, appeared. Hey kid, what was that?
さあ、わからない。
I don't know. Hey, this doesn't have anything to do with that bad feeling you had earlier, does it? The kid shook his head.
わからない。
I don't know.
空に聞ければいいんだけど。
Maybe we should ask Sora.
呼びましたか?
Did you call for me? From out of nowhere, Sora appeared in midair and floated down in front of us. Ah! Hi, Sora-san! Hey, Sora, where were you? She is a hologram. She is everywhere and nowhere, Takashi. Stop asking dumb questions.
申し訳ありません。
I'm terribly
寝
sorry.
坊してしまいました。
I overslept. Sora looked embarrassed. Overslept? But you're... we'll save that for later.
ねえ、今何があったの？嫌な音がしたけど。
Hey, did something just happen? It was an awful noise
フ
just
ロア
now.
を支えるシャフトの一部に歪みが発生しました。
One of the shafts that supports this floor has started to warp.
昨日は兆候が見られなかったと思うけど。
We didn't see any signs of it yesterday.
はい。事前の計算にはありません。海流の乱れに影響された模様です。
Yes, well, it wasn't in my calculations. It appears as if the ocean currents may have caused it. How dangerous are we talking
誤
here?
差の範囲内だと思いますが。いえ、待ってください。
Well, it should be within the margin of error, but... No, wait a
ス
second.
バイトシュトックの倉庫。圧力制御用の配管に異常があります。
There is an anomaly in one of the pressure-regulating pipes at Spiderstock's warehouse. What are pressure-regulating
闇
pipes?
を覆っている多重隔壁。その内部の圧力調整を行っているパイプです。
These pipelines are responsible for adjusting the pressure inside the multi-layered bulkheads comprising them.
万一これが破損していた場合、私の力ではこれを修復することができません。
If any of them should rupture for whatever reason, I am incapable of repairing them.
異常は軽微ですから緊急は要しませんが、倉庫の状況を確認いただいた方がいいと思います。
The
お願いでき
anomaly
ますか?
is only slight, so you shouldn't have to hurry, but I think it is best if someone goes to check on it. Would you please go for me? Sure, leave it to me. I volunteered right away.
私も行くわ。
I'll go too. Unexpectedly, Tsugumi also agreed to go. Tsugumi, you sure?
修理するなら工具類が必要なんじゃないの?
Well, if we're
私
going
なら
to
いろい
fix
ろ扱い
something,
方を知ってる。
we'll need tools, right? I know my way around a workshop. Alright, let's go.
ココも手伝うよ。
Coco's gonna help too. So's Pee-Pee. Okay, you can come too, Coco. Hey, does anyone know where you went? I looked around but didn't see you
さっ
anywhere.
きの揺れがあった時に制御室に確認に行ったよ。
She went to the control room when things were shaken
私
earlier.
と入れ違いになってしまいましたね。
We must have just missed each other.
ちょっと行ってたけしたちが上に行くことを知らせてくるよ。
I'll go and tell her that you're going up above. Alright, kid, I'll leave it to you. Keep an eye on things from the control room, will ya? Just to make sure we don't miss anything. Whoosh! Alright, we are turning this guy counterclockwise. That one went counterclockwise, right. I turned the blue valve with all my strength. The sound of rushing steam grew softer. Next, close the red valve. The next valve was nearby. Alright, we opened one counterclockwise, so we closed the other clockwise. That one went clockwise, right. I turned the red valve. The strength of the steam blowing from the pipe weakened. Alright, that does it. Okay.
ここ、あとちょっとだけ支えてて。
Coco, hold on just a little longer. Lean up her left hand to shield her face. Tsugumi operated the welding torch with her right hand. Because kind of holding up your hand a little is adequate eye protection for a welding torch. You won't go blind or anything, it's fine. The crack in the pipe closed visibly.
たけし、ここをつけたらすぐにそっちのバルブを元に戻して。
Takashi, after I finished attaching this, return the valve to its original position right away. Okay, gotcha. Tsugumi finished welding.
バルブを早く。
The valve, hurry! Alright, jeez! I quickly turned the valve back in the other direction. I could feel the steam blowing through the valve.
そのパイプはもういいわ。次はお願い。
Coco, this pipe's done. Go on to the next one.
どこ？
Okay, where is it?
そうね。ちょっと待って。
Hold on just a second. The water underfoot still hadn't gone down at all and was swirling around like a whirlpool. The air conditioner on the wall was sucking in water and gurgling it out. It appeared it had also shorted out. Not a good sign. I could see the blue-white sparks jumping around inside. Hope it doesn't shock me. I was starting to get a little scared. Crack! The air conditioner made an awful sound. And all of a sudden, muddy water started overflowing from the exhaust vent. The area around my legs was quickly getting grimy. Drainage is starting to backflow, so be careful. Whack! My leg got caught in the jet of muddy water and I lost my balance. I reached out to grab something. I caught onto a stack of crates and old containers lying nearby. Although the crates caught my weight, they shifted and began spilling over. Countless containers and rusty pipes started raining down. They passed me and headed on a direct course to hit the wall. Whoop. And in their path was... Coco, watch out! Metal was raining down. The old pipe broke apart into thousands of pieces. The containers were splintering. They all struck the surface of the shallow water violently. The sound of hard, heavy objects falling echoed in the room. The whole room quivered. A few pipes along the wall had ruptured and were spewing out water. And, where Coco had been sitting only a moment earlier, Tsugumi lay, fallen over. Coco looked around at the spectacle and hugged Pee-Pee to herself tightly, her hands trembling. Just before the metallic objects had crashed down on Coco's back, Tsugumi had thrust her out of the way. She'd protected her, while risking her own life. Tsugumi! A metal shard had dug deeply into Tsugumi's right thigh, and it didn't look like she could move. Steam was pouring out of the burst pipes surrounding us. And the drainage pump, not doing its job, continued belching out muddy water in large quantities. I guess I messed up. Tsugumi grimaced and collapsed her thigh tightly. She was losing a lot of blood. The murky water was getting redder by the moment. Hey, you okay? Does this look okay to you? Always asking stupid questions. Stop laughing. I'm gonna get that stuff off you. Just wait. I hurried through the water to Tsugumi and tried to lift the metal off her. But no matter how hard I tried, the heavy chunk wouldn't budge. Damn it! Looks like it's no use. In the meantime, the water level had risen from ankle to knee height. Coco crawled over to get closer to Tsugumi. Get away from me! Stung by Tsugumi's cold words, Coco stiffened and stopped. Get out of here, Coco! You too, Takeshi. Get out while you can. At this rate, this room's partitions won't last. You'll both die if you stay. So hurry. Get out of here! Stupid idiot. You think I could just leave you? Nothing you can do, right? I'm stuck here. With this injury, you can't help me anyway. Shut up! I roared out. I won't let you give up on me now, damn it! Hey, Coco, what are you standing there for? Get on that intercom and contact the others. With all her might, Coco moved her trembling legs to get closer to the intercom. It's no use, it's broken. I pushed that button, but nothing happened. So run up and tell the others to get over here. Okay, I'm going. Though she looked flustered, Coco nodded and ran off. The door to the warehouse closed. Soon, water came up to the bottom of the door. The water continued to rise. From her waist down, Tsugumi was almost completely underwater. The water level was almost over my knees. What are you trying to prove? Doesn't mean anything. Just leave. I don't want you here. I wouldn't be here if there wasn't a reason. I can't just leave you here. Why not? Taken nothing but abuse from you. You still haven't thanked me properly yet.
So.
Oh, really? Well, that's reason enough, I suppose. Tsugumi laughed weakly. Her lips were trembling. The murky water was spreading. It's gotten cold in here. All right, Tsugumi. I need you to stay with me now. I chose my words as carefully as possible. I'm perfectly sane. You'll be okay. The wound isn't that deep, so don't worry. You'll be okay. What makes you think that? You're the one who's crazy. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I wasn't paying attention and you got hurt. I forgot that it is completely Takashi's fault. He is the one who got so distracted by the AC that he fell and dropped everything down. Well, Takashi. Ya dingus. Now look at this. The water level was rising up to Tsugumi's head. A section of the partition had broken and seawater was rushing in. The water was ice cold and seemed like it would freeze us. The water volume increased mercilessly. Her face contorted with pain. In agony, she labored for breath. There wasn't any time. Making up my mind, I dove into the water. I couldn't open my eyes. All I could do was search the bottom using my intuition. Damn it! Using all my strength, I heaved up the large mass of metal sticking into Tsugumi's leg. Aided slightly by the buoyancy of the water, the metal hunk moved slightly. Tsugumi pulled her leg out at once. I lifted my face out of the water, gulping greedily for air. The flooding wouldn't stop. The water level was already above my shoulders. You are such a stubborn idiot. Shut up, just keep quiet. With her leg injured, there was no way Tsugumi could swim. Holding onto her, I headed for the exit. But the door was already underwater. Look, there's no way you can save me. Told you to keep quiet. There's gotta be another exit. I'll look for it. It'll be okay. We'll find a way out of this. There you go again. Saying, it'll be okay. You're so irresponsible. Would you keep quiet? I probably could have forced the door open if I'd tried, but it would have put the second floor in danger of flooding. I searched desperately for an emergency exit. My legs wouldn't touch the floor. I could hardly breathe. I was at my limit. There's a ladder! In the corner of the room. There's a ladder. We can use it to get to the emergency passage. We're gonna make it, Tsugumi. I swam with all my might to get to the ladder. With Tsugumi draped over my back, I climbed up. I opened the flood hatch at the end of the ladder and pushed Tsugumi through. Going up immediately behind her, I quickly shut the hatch. The sound of the flood faded away. But there wasn't time to rest. Tsugumi was still losing blood. I took her up on my back and began to run. With the sweet emergency background music. Ooh. Damn, which way should I go? A dead end in the passage had me totally lost. Sora appeared suddenly in front of me. Sora, Tsugumi is... I know. I heard everything from Koko-chan. Bring her to the infirmary immediately. Tanaka-san is currently preparing to treat her. Alright, I'm on my way. Now, which way do I go? Return back along this passage. Go down the stairs to the right and take the standard passage to... Okay. And so, in Takashi's route, Yu is a medical genius. In Shonen's route, Yu is a mechanical genius. So, I'm still a little bit on Yu is her own grandpa kind of territory. But It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Tsugumi groaned painfully from her place on my back. Even if she thought it was irresponsible of me, I couldn't bring myself to tell her. It's no use. It's too late. As long as I had even a little hope, I didn't want to throw it away. I burst into the infirmary. Set the injured Tsugumi down on the bed. She lost so much blood. He had to take emergency measures immediately. Hey, what are we going to do? Get out of the way! Yu, who'd been waiting in the room, pushed me aside. A tourniquet was taken from the rack of medical instruments on the wall and fastened around Tsugumi's thigh. This is bad. What's the status? How bad is it? Can't we use the scanner to check it out? I pointed to the LMRI. It seems to be broken. Nobody's checked if the thing's plugged in. Which is true. It's just not plugged in. I'll have a look. Sora put her hand on Tsugumi. A holographic window appeared in the air. A small sensor or camera started moving on the ceiling. Well, this is just a bioscan, so I can't tell for certain, but... Her femur is fractured, and it looks like it might be a complex fracture. That and the artery is severed. She'll need sutures. I've stitched up my finger before. It was with a survival kit, but completely comparable to repairing a torn artery. Well, Tanaka-san, do you think you can assist me? I'll do my best. Do we have anesthetic? I'll get it ready. Laser, scalpel, forceps, and sutures. Everything we need. Already in the room. Well, here we can skip the surgery. Everybody's sad. Everybody blames themselves. Alright. Here we go. Sora wants to have a private conversation, but we don't want an AI girlfriend this time. So we don't go. And this is it. This is the only required choice in Tsugumi's entire thing. Everything else just leads to a good end. But it is completely impossible to get it if we go with Sora here. So no! Actually, I want to stay here a little bit longer if you don't mind. Isn't that often you get to see Tsugumi being so still and docile. Really? Yeah. Can't you talk to me here? Now you got me wondering what the big secret is. I can't talk to you here because it's confidential. Oh, right. Makes sense. Let's see. Never mind. It's not a big deal. We can discuss it later. If you'll excuse me then. Sora left, smiling. I turned my attention again to Tsugumi's sleeping face. She didn't say anything. Of course, it was normal for Tsugumi not to talk about herself. But instead, she wasn't saying anything at all. I wanted to hear something as soon as possible. Anything, I didn't care. I just wanted to hear Tsugumi's voice again. I began to believe that I could bear even her harshest, most cutting words. What? I turned my head, sure I had been mistaken. The lift to the decompression chamber was moving on its own. Sure enough, it was moving. I ran over and peered into the square hole where the lift was. The lift had gone down, then stopped. That's strange. I pushed the button calling the lift and hopped in. I'd go down to the decompression chamber. No one was in the room. Was the lift malfunctioning? I reached out my hand to push the button to take me up. In that second, something crossed my line of vision. The sound of tiny footsteps was growing fainter. Very tiny. I could tell they were running through the emergency corridor. I turned into the corridor and followed the sound. I didn't think they were human footsteps. Maybe it's Pee-Pee? But if Pee-Pee had separated from Coco, he surely wouldn't be in a place like that. I sensed the owner of the footsteps was something smaller. It seemed to be running with quite some momentum, sometimes even crashing into walls. It was in a desperate hurry. In any case, it's an animal of some kind. But what is it? It bothered me that it had run out of the infirmary. The footsteps turned out the corridor and straight into a dead end. I'd followed it right up until that point, but somehow I lost it. Maybe it fell down the stairs along the corridor, or climbed into a duct and jumped down a floor? That clever little... Maybe it was a rat? Could be. It wouldn't be so strange for Lembu to have rats. In which case... This is stupid. Hell am I doing, chasing after a rat? Scratching my head, I retraced my steps. Before I got back in the lift, I glanced back in the decompression chamber and noticed for the first time that the bed was looking dirty. Hey, who ate their dinner in here? There were small breadcrumbs on the bed. Hey, you!
Hi?
Got out of the lift and stomped over to where you and the kid were still in the middle of their repair efforts. Who was eating bread in the decompression chamber?
Huh? なんですって?
What are you talking about? You frowned and turned the hand holding the screwdriver toward me.
知らないよ、そんなの。
How would I know?
僕も知らない。
I don't know either. Kid had insulation tape wrapped around his fingers.
うらなり、あんたじゃないの?
Kuranari-san, are you sure it wasn't you? Why would it be me if I'm the one asking about it? Maybe you're trying to redirect your messy habits? Trying to blame it on somebody else so nobody suspects you? I mean, it wouldn't really matter who it was, but don't you think we'd better be a little more careful?
何を?
Careful of what? I think there was a rat in here just now. If we leave food lying around, it might get eaten. We are all at risk of dying at the end of the week, sir. If a rat wants to eat a couple of breadcrumbs, it is allowed to.
ああ、それなら確かに気をつけた方がいいかも。
Oh, in that case, I guess we should be more careful.
今のところ売店に十分な食料があると思うけど、荒らされたらたまらないもんね。
We've got plenty of food in the kiosk for now, but it would be awful if it was broken into.
ネズミ捕り必要かな?
Do you think we should try to catch it? I don't think we need to go that far.
少年、もしかしてネズミ捕りの作り方知ってるの?
Hey kid, you don't happen to know how to make a rat trap, do you?
さあね.
Who knows? Oh, see, and in Shonen's route, Takashi decides to make a rat trap.
知ってたかどうかよくわからないよ.
I don't really know if I know or not. Amnesia jokes! The kid laughed and shrugged his shoulders exaggeratedly. Guess it's time for skipping! Whoosh! Alright, Tsugumi. Good morning, princess. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I wanted to tell her how I
どう
felt.
して謝るの?
Why are you apologizing? It was my fault you were injured. Because I was careless, and you ended up getting hurt. It was my fault. That's why I'm sorry. What's more, you protected Coco. You made sure she didn't get hurt. I don't know how to thank you. I lowered my head. But Tsugumi's face soured. Alright, so we woke up, we apologized, so... Here we go. She was glaring at me. Don't misunderstand. I was injured, but it wasn't because I sacrificed myself for Coco's safety. Tsugumi sighed heavily. It's just that... I wanted to die. What? How come you had to save me? If you left me alone, I could have finally died. What? I jumped up from the bed, shaking my fist furiously. What the hell did you say? You? What do you mean? I could have finally died. What I said, right? I wanted to die. Tsugumi gazed at me, narrowing her eyes. She was quiet. I gazed back. I could tell by the look in her eye that she wasn't joking. Because of that, I couldn't forgive her. I slammed my fists on the bed violently. Tsugumi, you stupid little... How dare you say that so lightly? I stared straight at her and screamed. When you die, it's game over. You understand that, right? Have you forgotten about us? What we're facing here? The situation had reversed to me glaring at Tsugumi. It wasn't as if she'd actually done something wrong, but that didn't mean I could forgive her for saying that. She snorted. You don't understand, Takashi. Life is a nightmare. This world is littered with ugliness. Cut your poetic garbage. Again, I pummeled the bed with my fists. Life. It's the most important thing in the world. Life is a miracle. You're wrong. There's no miracle. In this ever-expanding universe. Continuing infinitely. This phenomenon called life is no miracle. It's unnatural. And it's an accident that we awoke in this disgusting world. Wrong. You're wrong, Tsugumi. I hesitated for a moment. You are unbelievably wrong. Where am I wrong? Come on. Tell me where I'm mistaken. All emotion left her face. She spoke plainly and precisely. Life is just a cluster of empty desires. We build our lives on the corpses of others. We kill cows, pigs, birds, fish, and plants. And if we don't, we die. Our appetites are whetted by the slaughtering of others. Our desire for sleep only proves our laziness. Our sexual desires are expressed through obscenity and sin. All the things that keep us alive, the things that drive us, are filthy. We can't live without them. There's no such thing as a life of purity. Ultimately, From the moment we're born, we are already corrupted. Alright, so we got Original Sin, Ship of Theseus, the Pygmalion Effect. What other random philosophies are we tying into this game? I'm trying to remember if any others have come up. I don't know. Probably. And that's why you want to die? Yes. I became quiet, contemplating what Tsugumi had said. Ha! That time, it was me laughing. I thought you were smarter than that, but I guess I overrated you. You do have a point. And I think you are partly right. I'll admit it. In order for us to live, it's true that we must commit some atrocities. Sometimes, people do terrible, despicable things. But, do you really think living is a sin? Thinking life is a sin is the result of arrogant values. You don't really think it's a crime for a bird to snatch fruit from a tree, do ya? Does a tiger feel guilt for eating its prey? Is it really a terrible thing to join together and create new life? Everything that's necessary to continue living is not only right, I believe it is sacred. The birds, the tigers, the ants, even the grass. They all work so hard to live, and it's a beautiful thing. And to love the lives of others is just as important as loving yourself. You have to realize that, don't you? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? As a famous fracking enthusiast once said. It's ridiculous. Tsugumi frowned. Stop pretending to be so cold. Wanted to kick the bed over, yet I resisted somehow. Alright, so why did you protect Coco? Why did you sacrifice yourself to save Coco? I don't know exactly what happened back there, but I do know that you are avoiding the truth. You are desperately trying to deny life. Everyone's desires are born out of life. You only want to believe they're wrong to prove your own selfish point. You're holding on obstinately, living while all you want to do is die. Your logic is completely backwards. Life should be unconditionally embraced. Everyone lives for the sake of living. By definition, living beings must have life. If love is beautiful, then so is life. You don't understand a thing. Yeah, I don't understand. I got 2 brain cells and one of them don't work right. We've known each other for what? Just 3 days? I don't know a thing about you, but I know for sure what I'm saying is 100% true. So, don't say that you want to die. I wouldn't let her say it. I bit my lip as I stared at Tsugumi. I told Tsugumi exactly how I felt. No holding back, no regrets. I don't want her to say it anymore. I didn't even want to have to say those things. She survived for a reason. She shouldn't say she wanted to throw that away. Tsugumi let all the tension slip from her shoulders. Her eyes suddenly lit up. Yeah. I get it. What? Had I finally gotten through to her? I couldn't help but smile. A smile appeared on her lips. She glanced up at me and muttered something. I understand perfectly. You're a total hypocrite.
倉成さん、どうでしたか？小町さんは。
Kurenari-san, what happened? Where is Komachi-san? Sora was waiting just outside the door with a worried expression on her face. She's alive. But she wishes she were dead.
倉成さん、本当に言われたんですか？そんなこと。
She really told me that. A skipoo. Whoosh. Aww, we got an option we haven't done here. Tragically, to keep aiming for the good ending with Tsugumi, we gotta tell him the truth that we went to see Tsugumi. I told the truth.
つぐみに？
Tsugumi ni. I was gonna take a walk when Sora came up and told me that Tsugumi had woken up. Didn't want her to start wandering around and hurt herself, so I rushed right over to the infirmary.
Soka. Nanda.
Oh, is that it?
そういえば確かさっき空からちょっとだけ聞いたよ。つぐみが目を覚ました時のこと。
Actually, I guess I did hear pretty much the same thing from Sora. How Tsugumi woke up. What? So you knew all along?
ごめん。ちょっと倉成のことからかってみようかなと。
Sorry. Just thought I'd give you a hard time. Ha 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 ha.
でも僕たちも呼んでくれればよかったのに。
But you should have called us. You're right, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking with the little Takashi. Well, I don't know about you, kid, but you was dead to the world. Didn't figure it'd be any good to try and wake you guys up.
何よ。
Hey! No one seemed inclined to question me further, so that solved that. Everyone milled around the rest area. Felt the energy drain out of me. I wasn't tense. I wasn't relaxed either. Maybe I was just tired. Sat quietly thinking. When I couldn't sleep, I'd been pondering all sorts of things. About Tsugumi and Sora. I might have hurt Sora's feelings. But she always smiled and said she didn't mind, but what would I say when I saw her? It doesn't matter. She's not our AI girlfriend this time. Alright. So now we're getting the story of Pygmalion. A guy who was in love with a rabbit. We will be watching silently. If Tsugumi's not here and we can't appease Tsugumi, most of our choices imply that we have to channel her and not get too involved with everybody else. Thought it was a pretty scholarly talk, but I kept quiet and watched the faces of everyone. With her fingers still extended in front of her face, you spoke confidently.
このピグマリオンの話はね。
The story of Pygmalion.
努力を怠らなければそれは叶うというそのことを言い表してるのよ。
Shows that if you hope and ask and persevere, your wish will come true. That's a weird takeaway from Pygmalion, but okay.
魂込めて作った彫像を本気で愛し、いつか言葉を返してくれると信じたからこそ、ピグマリオンの願いは叶ったんだから。
His longing was answered because he put his heart into his sculpture and then loved her, believing that she would speak to him one day.
そうなんだ。
So that's it.
おへー。あ、ちょっと話は変わるけど、ローゼンタールという人が唱えたピグマリオン効果というのがあって。
Okay, this is a little different, but this guy named Rosenthal wrote about something called the Pygmalion effect. She was acting like a professor on a soapbox. Seemed like she was overdoing the whole thing. But her ridiculous expressions were so amusing that I got drawn in.
プラシーボ効果というのは、それとちょっと意味合いが違ってて。
It's not quite the same as the placebo effect.
そうであると信じることが重要になるのであって。
But both of them involve believing in
つまり
something.
私たちのサバイバリティにも関係してるわけであり。
So, both of them have to do with our chances of survival.
寿司置きに入っているバランがビニール製だからといって、その寿司が安物だと言い切ることはできないはずなのよ。
Just because the sushi in the display case is made of plastic doesn't mean the sushi inside is cheap.
はあ。
Now that's a philosophy I can get behind.
なるほど。
Her talk seemed to have been derailed like a nasty train wreck. I had no idea what she meant. But the kid and Coco were a rapt audience. Ah, good times, good times. Tsugumi is missing. She's walking around. Tsugumi go where Tsugumi wa. Oh, we found her hamster. His name is Charmy, and we love him. Alright, should we push the elevator button? We threw up our hot dogs. Curse times for us. That might have actually saved some time. Maybe we actually can finish this. Alright, should we push the elevator button? Yeah, why not? With no clear reason in mind, I pushed the elevator call button. Click, click. All I did was make a noise. The elevator showed no sign of budging. But of course, all the elevators in that section of the compound have been shut down.
こんばんは。
Good evening. Hearing a voice from behind me, I turned my head. And there was Tsugumi, standing quietly.
何してたの？
Hey, what were you up to?
そんなところにいてもエレベーターは来るわけないわよ。
There's no point waiting around. That elevator's not coming. I didn't have an answer to
どうした
give.
の？たけし。
Takashi, what's the matter?
聞こえてないの？
Are you deaf? Oh no, the stupid took over. I couldn't help but laugh.
ちょっとどうしちゃったの？
Come on, what's going on?
なんで笑ってるのよ？
What's so funny? Tsugumi seemed slightly disturbed. It's nothing. No special reason. It's just that, well, thought your question was pointless. At first, Tsugumi started to frown. Then she laughed back at me.
少しはあなたもわかるようになったのね。
You've started to catch on, haven't you? I suppose. I was just out for a little walk. What have you been doing? Ah, it's okay. You don't have to answer.
だったら聞かないでよ。
In that case, don't ask. Turning her eyes away, Tsugumi frowned slightly. Looking at the floor, she seemed lost in thought. After a moment, she lifted her eyes and spoke.
ねえ、たけし。クバレって知ってる？
Say, Takashi, do you know what Kuale is? Kuale?
クバレ。
That's right. I know. It's the jellyfish gondola. Yeah, I know what that is. The jellyfish gondola attraction, right?
ええ、そうよ。
So, what about it?
クバレはこのエレベータールームのすぐ裏手にあるの。
Well, Kuale is just behind this elevator room. No, yeah, come to think of it, you're right. Then, we both fell silent. Tsugumi started to giggle and gave me a hard look. We both knew what we were going to do next. With Tsugumi in the lead, we headed for the Kuale entrance. Say, how do you make this thing work?
さあね。
Go figure. Go figure. Come on, tell me.
スイッチは入ってるから乗れば勝手に動き出すわ。
It's already turned on, dummy. Just get in and it'll go. That's it?
さっき試してみたから確かよ。
Look, I tried it out already, so I'm pretty sure. Huh, well, if you say so. Wait a second, you've already tried it!
ええ、試したの。
Well, yeah, I tested it! Tsugumi's face looked troubled, as if she'd been caught at something. You're saying you wrote it alone?
一人じゃない。
Well, not exactly alone. Well, then who was with you?
誰かとじゃない。
It's not who I was with.
その
You see,
つま
well,
りチャミと一緒に。
I was with Charmy. You mean your hamster?
そうよ。
Yeah. In other words, one adult and one critter. One vermin.
うん。
You rode Kuale with Charmy?
そうよ。何度も言わせないで。
Yes, don't make me repeat myself. Well, how was it? Fun?
チャミはすぐ寝ちゃったわ。退屈だったみたい。
Charmy fell asleep. I guess he was bored.
でも、私は
As for me,
そんなことどうでもいいでしょ。
who cares?
意味がない質問よ。
It's a meaningless question. Tsugumi hadn't said much, which was a lot more than usual. In other words, you were lonely, huh? If I was there, I could have cheered you up.
何が安心なのよ。
What do you mean, cheered me up? Well, you know, you've been through a lot. Thought maybe the two of us together would... Yeah, right. You think it was the little Takashi again? Then, suddenly, Tsugumi's expression lost its tension. All of a sudden, she let out a laugh. Hey, what's going on with you? Did I say something stupid?
別に
Not really.
全然意味なんてないの
It's nothing important.
笑ってみたかっただけ
I just needed to laugh. And then, her expression hardened again. But after all, I thought that a slight smile still remained on her face.
行きましょう
Let's go. Yeah. Together, we got inside the ride. Immediately after the hatch closed, the gondola began to move forward smoothly. It was just as Tsugumi had said. The jellyfish-shaped gondola picked up speed and headed towards the outskirts of Svetterstock. The corrugated tube carrying the gondola wrapped its way around the perimeter of the floor. Floating comfortably inside the tube, the gondola skirted its way along.
あなたに話したいことがあったの
I've been wanting to talk to you. About what?
ええ話しておきたいこと
Well, some things I need to say.
言っておきたいの伝えておきたいの
Things I need to let you know.
今ここでなら決して誰の邪魔も入ることがない
And I figured no one could interrupt us here. Must be something really important. Something serious?
ええ私にとっては
At least, for me it is. It was strange that Tsugumi would have something she wanted to say just to me. Tsugumi fixed her eyes firmly on mine. Her eyes were serious. There was no sign of mischief in them. Whatever the consequences, I had to listen.
12年前
12 years ago,
2005年8月
in August of 2005,
ある夏の日
on a summer day,
私は感染した
I was infected.
とあるウイルスに感染した
I was infected with a virus.
そう2005年12年前
2005, 12 years ago.
私がまだ12歳だった時のこと
I was only 12 years old at the time. A virus? Oh, please don't be bleed from every orifice disease. Are you still infected?
そうよ私はキャリアなの
I'm a carrier. A carrier? Wait a second. Come on, wait just a second here. You mean to tell me 12 years ago at age 12?
言った
That's what I'm saying. 12 years ago at age 12 means your age now is...
そう23歳
That's right, I'm
あと
23.
2月で24になる
I'll be 24 in another 2 months.
私は24年前1993年の7月に生まれたの
You see, I was born 24 years ago, in July of 1993. I scrutinized Tsugumi's face. There was no way she looked 23. Then again, I knew she wasn't lying. We had never touched upon the subject of her age. But I'd assumed her to be a high school student at most. 23 years old. I muttered to myself. To think, she was 3 years older than me.
ねえあなたはどこにいるの
Takashi, where are ya? She suddenly changed the subject. What do you mean, where? I'm right here.
ここってどこ
Yeah, but where is here? You know, here is here, right? I beat the palm of my hand against my chest.
あなた爪切ったことある
Have you ever cut your fingernails? What's up with you all of a sudden? Tsugumi leaned over urgently right in front of my face. In her eyes, I could see something like a distant light. I could just glimpse the tip of her tongue, wet and smooth.
いいから
Answer, okay?
爪切ったことある
Have you ever cut your nails? Of course I have.
その切り取られた爪にあなたはいる
Well then, is the nail that's been cut away still you? What do you mean?
爪にあなたはいるの
I mean, are you there, in the nail? No, I guess once it's gone from my body, it's not me anymore.
髪は
And hair? Same goes for
だ
hair.
ったらここにくっついている髪の毛はたけしだけど
In that case,
こう
this
やって
hair
抜い
here
た途端
is you, right? But if I pull it out... Ow! I reflexively put my hand to my head. Tsugumi had yanked out a few
これ
strands.
はたけしじゃないんだ
This isn't you? Tsugumi held the hair up, waving it around. That's tough. It isn't me, but I guess you could call it X-me?
じゃあ腕を引きちぎったら
Okay then. What if I ripped your arm off? What? Tsugumi grabbed my arm. Do it, Tsugumi. Before I could react, I was drawn into her body. Although she wasn't abnormally strong, I found it impossible to resist her. It was a natural flowing moment. Inside the white gondola, Tsugumi's body was covering mine. I felt her breath. I felt her pulse. I felt the warmth of her body. A fragrant smell wafted from her neck. A musky smell. Made me slightly dizzy.
ねえ腕を引きちぎったら
Well, if I ripped your arm off? Gazing intensely at me, Tsugumi continued shooting me questions.
その腕にたけしはいるの
Would you be there? In the arm? No, I suppose I wouldn't be there.
じゃあ足をちぎったら
Okay then. What if I took off your leg?
胴を切り離したら
Or if I cut your
脳
torso
を取り
away?
出したら
Or even if I took out your brain? Still gazing at me, she moved her hands and put them on my neck. It felt like I was being hunted. The illusion was intense. She looked straight at me. I couldn't shake myself away from her gaze. I peered deeply into her eyes. Felt like I was being sucked inside her. Those eyes full of that distant light. Wondered where the light originated from.
ねえたけしはどこにいるの
Tell me, Takashi. Where are you? Where am I? Me, Kuronari Takashi. Since the moment I was born, I had existed as one person. One continuous, linear, cohesive individual. There was no doubt about that fact. The me as a baby in the photo album, the me running around in elementary school, and finally, the me sitting there. They were all the same organism called Kuronari Takashi. So where exactly did the entity called me exist? In the past, people thought the soul existed in a person's heart. Descartes believed the soul inhabited the pineal gland in the brain. The brain? I wondered briefly if I existed only in my memories. But if that were the truth, then if I lost my memory like the kid, wouldn't that mean I was no longer Kuronari Takashi? Thoughts, senses, emotions, sensations, character, values? All those things were nothing but functions of the organ called the brain. For one thing, the me that ran around in elementary school was composed of different molecules than the me there. From a purely material viewpoint, my younger me was entirely different than my older me. Cells died and were replaced daily. Every cell that was replaced would also die. They said the cells in the entire human body were completely replaced every 3 to 5 years. See, I've heard 7. 7 is the thing that I often hear quoted. Because it's not consistent rate. Obviously, you know, some things are shed and replaced a lot faster than others. So I've heard 7 quoted as the, you know, average complete replacement. By comparison, a rock would be composed of the exact same molecules 5 years before or 5 years hence. But a human body was different. The cells of me 5 years ago were not the same as the cells of me then. Even so, the me of 5 years before and the me then were definitely the same. Just what was it that defined me? And where did that me exist? Tsugumi took her hand off my neck. I breathed easier.
あなたという存在に 実体はない。
You see? Your existence has no substance.
あなたはただの概念だから。
All you are is a concept. A concept?
情報。ソフトウェアと言ってもいいかもしれない。
You're just a packet of information. Software.
CD に焼かれた情報に実体はある。
The information written on a CD has no physical body, right? Well, that's arguable, you know. There is, however microscopic, still the physical inscription of the CD that allows the laser to then retranslate that information. So, you know, I think the problem is really with your allegory more than the concept, though, Tsugumi. Don't worry. All right, let her cook. Let her cook. Let her cook.
CD はただのプラスチック。ポリカーボネートという物質の塊。
The CD itself is just plastic, a hard mass of polycarbonate.
それは情報とは何の関連もない。
That mass has nothing to do with the information it holds.
情報の実体なんかであるはずもない。
Information can't have a physical body. That's impossible.
情報に形はないの。
Information does not have shape or substance.
ただ専用のアプリケーションを用いることによってのみ情報は具現化される。
The embodiment of information only takes place through its application.
しかし具現化されたその情報の形さえ本質ではない。
However, the embodied information itself has no actual
本
body.
質は情報それ自体を指すのだから。
The essence of information is the information itself.
たけしも同じ。
Takashi, it's the same for
た
you.
けしという本質に実体はない。
There is no physical substance to your
な
essence.
ぜなら倉成たけしという人間の本質はただの概念、情報、ソフトウェアに過ぎない。
The human called Kuranari Takashi is no more than a concept, information, software.
それは肉体というハードによってのみ再現される。
And that essence is realized only through your body, the hardware.
そう。肉体はハードウェア。
That's it. Your body is just the hardware.
たけしという本質を具現化するためのただの道具。
It's just a device in which the entity of you is embodied. I see. Folks, Takashi did not see. Okay. I understand you perfectly. No, actually, I hardly understand you at all, okay? But what you say is true. Then what? What does that have to do with what you were talking
今から
about?
12年前、私はあるウイルスに感染した。
12 years ago, I was infected with a virus. Yeah, you said that.
そのウイルスのおかげで、ウイルスのせいで、
Because of that virus. The
私
virus.
の遺伝子のコードは書き換えられてしまった。
It rewrote my genetic code. What? Your genetic code?
細胞は日々生まれ変わっている。
Cells are reborn every
生ま
day.
れ変わり、そして死んでいく。
They are reborn and then
通
die.
常、人間の体細胞は5年後には全て入れ替わる。
Normally, the human body is totally replaced with new cells within 5 years.
12歳の時ウイルスに感染した私の細胞はその瞬間からゆっくりと細胞分裂を繰り返し、
When I was 12, the cells in my body were infected. And from that moment on, they divided and replaced themselves.
細胞は全て入れ替わったの。
5 years later, all cells have been replaced.
つまり私の肉体を構成する全ての細胞の遺伝情報が5年の歳月を経て
In 5
全部
years,
書き換えられたということ。
every cell that made up my body had been genetically altered.
最後の一つとなった細胞が死んだ時、
And when the last of the cells had died,
12歳の時の私は
The last trace of my 12-year-old self disappeared.
そして古い私は死んだ。
In that moment, the old me died.
古い私は死に、新しい私は死なない体になっていた。
The old me died, but the new me became a body that never dies. A new body that never dies.
私の免疫機能、並びに代謝効率は著しく能力向上し、
My immune system and my metabolic rate were remarkably
テ
improved.
ロメアは回復し続けるようになった。
My telomeres began to regenerate themselves. That's right.
私は決して老いず、
I will never grow old and never die.
私の成長はその時に止まったままなの。
My physical growth stopped at that moment in time.
17歳のまま
I'll never grow
決して
older
老いることはない。
than 17. Highly improved immune system and increased metabolic efficiency. Telomeres that continue to rejuvenate. Well, what she said was to be believed. Tsugumi's body would never die on its own. As long as her body had the energy to continue, it would not die. As long as she continued to have the will to live, her body would be sustained forever. Semi-eternal life. But was such a thing even conceivable? The concept of never growing old, never dying. Was it possible? Why did living creatures age? Essentially, it was to protect against exhaustion and deterioration of function. The life cycle needed aging so it would have succession and renewal through subsequent generations. I couldn't help but laugh. Ha! It's a good story, but no way. Guess it's a good joke. Pretty solid. Takashi's like, a good one, girl.
ええ、そうね。
Guess you're right. Tsugumi snickered at my words.
ただの冗談。
Yep, it's just a little joke.
引っかかると思ったんだけど、ダメだったみたいね。
I thought you might fall for it, but I guess not. What else would you expect? Crazy talk like
なんだ
that.
たけし、
Well,
やっ
Takashi,
ぱりバカじゃなかったんだ。
I guess you're not so stupid after all. Tsugumi got up slowly. Her disheveled clothes showed just a peek of her legs, and a glimpse of her sleek thighs, her clean satin skin, and a scar. What the?
どうしたの？
What's the matter?
たけし、どこ見てるの？
Takashi, what are you looking at? Your right thigh, at the scar.
もっと近くで見たい？
Do you want a closer look? Well, yeah. No, no.
見せてあげようか。
Shall I show you? No, really. It's okay. There was definitely a scar there, but it looked like something that had healed years ago, leaving only the faint mark of stitches that once closed a wound. Afterward, I went straight to the conference room. Both my mind and body were exhausted. Even though little remained of the night, I slept soundly. When I awoke, I felt refreshed and fully recharged. Apparently, no one had noticed my disappearance during the night.
皆さん、おはようございます。
Ohayo! Whoosh. We make it a skippity skip. Coco's carving things. Everybody carves their cute little family portrait. Sweetie patooties. Alright. Do. Come to think of it, Yusor and Tsugumi hadn't said a word to me all morning. At any rate, figured I would go search for them. Alright, we're going to the infirmary. Turning down a corridor after climbing the emergency stairs, I came out in front of the infirmary. The door abruptly opened in my face and a person came flying out. Then they dodged right past me. In a flash, the figure was gone without even seeming to notice me. Who was that? I whipped around quickly, trying to see who the person was. It was Tsugumi. Hey! I started to call out, but I hesitated. The events of the night before popped into my mind. I could stop her, but then what? In the meantime, all I could see was Tsugumi's back fading farther away. Hey, wait up! Where are you going? Barely getting the words out, I dashed after her. I ran up a corridor and hurriedly climbed the stairs. But the sound of her feet faded down at the end of the emergency corridor. Her figure had already rounded the corner and was out of sight. Tsugumi! I was out of breath. I'd run about 30 meters, but... damn it, Tsugumi, you sure are fast! Grumbled after her, although she was well out of earshot. It didn't feel like I could catch up with her at all. Her speed was unnatural. She was still supposed to be recuperating. But still a little slower than when she pulled me away from the flood at the aquarium. Her leg probably still hadn't fully recovered. At any rate, I didn't want her to overdo it. Ah, damn it! Annoyed that I was out of breath, I continued after Tsugumi. The sound of her feet was only barely perceptible in the distance. I strained my ears to hear her. It sounded like she'd headed downstairs. I descended the stairs. I was unable to hear any footsteps from below. Seeing that instead of going to the 3rd floor, she'd gone down on the corridor on the 2nd floor. I came out near the entrance to the jellyfish gondola. Thought she came this way, but Tsugumi was nowhere in sight. Damn, guess I'll have to give up. What was the point in playing chase with her anyway? But still, I was disappointed. Without further recourse, I gave up and walked to the nearby security office. As usual, the room smelled faintly of smoke.
Kuranari.
Oh, Kuranari. Noticing me enter, you turned me You turned towards me from the console. Guess that means it's time for some skippy. Yeah, she'll find her daddy one of these days. Alright. Ooh, Tsugumi wants us to hit the kid. Tsugumi's like, do it. Okay. Hit the kid. That's what the Tsugumi walkthrough says to do. Whack! I struck the kid hard on his cheek. It hurt. It had to have hurt him. My hand even hurt. More than the pain in my hand, my heart hurt. I let go of the kid's collar and he backed away slowly. Everyone watched us silently. You hit me! It hurts! Tears welled up in his eyes. Kid, look over at Tsugumi. She injured her leg terribly and almost drowned. She had surgery. If it was me, I'd have probably died, but she pulled through it. I pointed at Tsugumi. Tsugumi stood silently. The kid timidly raised his eyes to look at her, but he soon stared at the floor again. But... Takashi, you can say that, but... I'm not Tsugumi. We're not all the same. I can't do it. I can't do it. Just not that strong. And I never will be. I can't go on living. I don't want to go on living. So then, I should just... I didn't want to make him say the rest, but I couldn't stop him. I knew how hard it would be for him to say. Even I wasn't that strong. Everyone waited for the kid's next words in silence. They were probably unthinkable. So? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Kid? Tsugumi took a step forward and stared at the kid. Those eyes were unfeeling and quiet. Come on, you can tell me.
知りたいわ。
I want to know what you want to do. Softly, she approached the kid one step at a time. Everyone was so caught off guard they couldn't move, couldn't say a word.
どうしたの？言えないの？
What? Can't say it? He tried to say something, but no words would come out of his mouth. He'd also forgotten how to back away. Tsugumi went up to the kid and touched him.
生きていたくないの？
You don't want to live? The kid tried to nod, but his head wouldn't budge.
死んじゃいたいの？
So, you want to die then? The kid couldn't respond either.
何か言ってよ。お願いだから。
Say something, please.
私にはよくわかんないよ。
I don't know what you mean. Tsugumi asked the kid, her tone neutral.
ねえ、どっちなの？
So, which is it?
あなたは
Do you want to die?
あなたは
Do you want to live?
そう
So,
答えられないんだ。
you can't answer.
だったら
Well then,
もう二度と
don't ever say that again.
ね。
Okay? The kid broke down in tears and fell to the submerged floor. Yeah, boo-hoo, buddy.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
ごめん。
I'm so sorry. You suddenly spurred into action, ran over to the kid, and wrapped her arms around his shoulders. Sora looked down and covered her face with her hands. She was trembling. Coco and Pee-Pee were staring at everyone, speechless. Tsugumi? Not knowing what else to say, I just stood there. I looked at her face. But I couldn't read what she was thinking from her expression.
たけし、ちょっとこっちに来て。
Come here for a second. Seeing that I was confused, Tsugumi ran over to me. Eyebrows raised, she glared at me strongly. What was she thinking? Ow! What are you doing? That hurts!
いいから来なさい。
Stop whining and get over here!
さあ、早く。
Come on, hurry up! Totally clueless, I followed along behind her. She had grabbed my ear and mercilessly tugged. Let me go! Tsugumi! Why are you doing this? Ow! Ow! She wordlessly and doggedly moved forward. She kept a firm grip on me and kept pulling so that I couldn't get away. You'll rip my ear off! It's seriously gonna come off! This is killing me! Let go, please! We kept climbing the stairs. She wouldn't let go no matter how I pleaded, so I finally shut up. When we finally made it to the second floor, she let go of my ear. Oh, thank heavens. What are you doing? Are you crazy?
うるさいわね。
Quit bitching.
やっと黙ったと思ったのに。
Just when I thought you'd finally shut up. Tsugumi let out a big sigh. What's that face supposed to mean?
見ての通り、
What it looks like.
がっかりしてるのよ。
I'm so
あなたに。
disappointed in you. She furrowed her brow and looked at me. She pinched the bridge of her nose and shook her head. She looked completely fed up. Tsugumi turned and started walking away from me. Hey! Hey, wait a second! Why? What's with you? Did I do something to you? Hurried over to her and insisted that she answer me. No.
違う。違う。あなたはまるで分かってない。
It's not like that. You don't understand anything. Throwing back her shoulders, she picked up her pace. What don't I understand? I mean, things were getting out of hand back there. If you hadn't said something, I don't know how it would have turned out. I'm glad you did. I'm really sorry. And thanks. Hey, wait! Tsugumi! I kept yelling as I chased after her. You of all people know how serious this situation is, right? So how come you're... Oh, that's not it. That's not it. You're angry at me, right? Why are you so mad? Please, tell me. Tsugumi stopped at the entrance to Quale.
わかったわ。
Okay, I will.
くだらない質問だけど。
It's a stupid question, but I'll answer it for you anyway. Oh, okay. All of a sudden, Tsugumi smiled at me. I
あな
flinched.
た、さっき自分でなんて言ったか覚えてる？
Do you remember what you said earlier? Me, let's see. I was angry, so I really don't remember that well. I might not have been all there at the time. But, you know, I really don't think I said anything wrong to the kid. I'm sure about that.
そう。
Yeah.
間違ってはなかったみたいね。
I guess it looks like you weren't wrong.
だからよ。
That's why?
だから怒ってる。
That's why I'm mad. Tsugumi jumped onto the jellyfish gondola. I got on soon after her and closed the door. The gondola zipped into the tube and out into the ocean.
冗談じゃない!
It's so frustrated! Tsugumi pounded the shell of the jellyfish with her fist. Her expression was one of annoyance again. The gondola swayed slightly as it moved slowly forward.
生きてさえいればいい。
Is it really enough to be alive?
仲間なんだから協力しろですって。
You say you're one of us, so you should cooperate.
そうやって押し付けて、強要して、詭弁を並べ立てて。
And that's how you keep pushing him to agree with you and buy into your fake ideals?
無責任にも程がある。
I can't believe how irresponsible you can be.
あなたは一体何者なのよ。
Who the hell do you think you are?
よくもまあ、そんなことが言えたものね。
You've really got some nerve talking like that. So, what else could I do? It's better than just standing by and watching him sink in despair. It's better to have a little hope than nothing at all, right?
偽善者。
Hypocrite. Well, you know what? You're selfish and self-righteous. You're always talking like you don't care about anyone. You go around hurting people on purpose, making them feel like crap. And now you're trying to make me look bad?
違う。わざわざしてるわけじゃない。
I don't. I'm not doing it on purpose.
いろんなことが気に入らないだけよ。
There's just a lot I don't agree with. Liar. That's not the way you want things to happen in your heart, and you know that. Why do you have to lash out at everything? Why can't you just be yourself for once?
違う。素直じゃないのはあなた。
Wrong. You're the one who isn't being yourself. I'm always myself.
ひねくれ者。
Twisted. Funny coming from you. This is what we were talking about anyway. Why are you so angry? If I did something wrong, then I guess I deserve it. If there really is a good reason, then hey, I won't complain. Come on, tell me. I won't argue with you. Just tell me what it is.
知りたい？そんなに。
You really want to know? Tsugumi sat back down in the gondola. Her tone had almost returned to normal. Yeah, of course. She hesitated a bit, but soon came to sit next to me. Tsugumi looked straight ahead. She didn't try to look at
ど
me.
うして？
Why? Because I want to know. Because I want to know what my friends are thinking. I put my hand lightly on her shoulder. I was becoming more and more worried. Maybe she was still trying to be stubborn. Tsugumi didn't try to shake off my hand, but just sat
そう
there.
ね。
Well,
私も仲間とやらになったのよね。
you'd made me one of the gang, hadn't you?
聞きたければ聞けばいい。
If you want to know, then here goes.
答えてあげるわよ。私は所詮あなたの仲間なんだから。
I'll tell you because, in the end, I've become your friend. I see. Why do you have to say it like that? You're not still... Tsugumi thrust her hand into her pocket and took something out.
たけしはこれ、なんだか知ってるわよね。
Takashi, you know what this is, right? Charmy? Hungarian hamster. Who cares? Where the heck did you pull him from?
ポケット。
my pocket. I know that. That's not what I'm asking. Don't just shove him out and talk about him as a this. Hamsters are delicate living creatures, and you should be careful with them.
そうよね。
Yeah, you're right.
でも、しょうがないじゃない。
But what else can I do?
この子の居場所は他にないもの。
He doesn't have anywhere else to go. Charmy stood in Tsugumi's hand. He twitched his nose and looked up at both of our faces inquisitively. Tsugumi stroked Charmy softly with the tip of her finger.
ねえ、たけし。こうするとどうなるか知ってる？
Hey, Takashi, do you know what will happen if I go like this? Tsugumi grasped both her hands tightly together. In between the cracks of her fingers, I could see Charmy's soft, warm-looking gray fur. His body disappeared entirely in her hands.
どうなるか知ってる？
Do you know what will happen? Idiot! Cut it out! Come
答
on,
えてよ。
answer me. Tsugumi started to squeeze harder. Charmy, who had only the tip of his nose visible, turned his beady eyes towards Tsugumi. What are you talking about? It's obvious. What a stupid question. You want to talk about stupid questions? There's one for you. She started squeezing more. The space between her fingers got smaller and smaller. Charmy twisted his body and started to struggle. Cut it out, Tsugumi. If you go on like this, Charmy's going to... The hamster looked at Tsugumi and me. In the end, I thought he even let out a small breath. Fucking A. Tsugumi crushed her hands together with all of her might. They pressed together, her hands shaking with the effort. From the cracks of her fingers, red droplets started to fall.
ねえ、たけし。
Well, Takashi,
チャミはどうなったと思う？
what do you think happened to Charmy? Tsugumi's voice was also shaking.
答えてよ。
Tell me.
答えてよ。
Tell me! No. You think I'm gonna answer that? Open your hands. Tsugumi, open your hands! Please just open them up. Now! Her hands were shaking heavily as they opened. Charmy. Tsugumi, what have you done? He was dead. His fur slightly wet. Charmy looked like a dirty old dish rag. It was likely that all the bones in his body were broken. All the blood had probably been squeezed from his body. He doubtlessly hadn't had any time to wonder it had happened so fast. His life had been extinguished.
ね
So,
え、たけし。
Takashi, do you know?
これからどうなると思う？
What do you think is gonna happen now? Tsugumi! Cut it out! I shook Tsugumi's shoulders violently. I thought for sure that I would knock her down. I forced her to look at me. But Tsugumi was crying and her lips trembled as she bit down on
た
them.
けし、どうして答えてくれないのよ。
Why won't you answer me? Charmy is dead. Won't ever move again. In her hand, Charmy seemed to move faintly, as if he had woken up suddenly. His movements were stiff, barely visible, and extremely slow, but he was actually moving. His heart had started beating again. He had started thinking again, breathing again. He shook himself off slightly, fluttered his ears, and twitched his nose. He got up on shaking legs and even tried to stand. However, there was still blood on her hand.
ねえ、たけし。
So, Takashi,
チャミ、どうなった？
what happened to Charmy? Our gondola at Quale had already passed the entrance to the ride twice and was just starting to make its third pass. One pass really wasn't that long. Altogether, we'd only been on it for just over 10 minutes. In that brief time, he'd returned to normal and was sitting up on her palm, staring at the two of us inquisitively.
この子はね、
He's... Tsugumi was petting Charmy softly again with the tip of her
少
finger.
年とは違うの。
Different than the kid.
あなたとも違うの。
Different than you.
見たでしょ
You saw, didn't you?
これが現実。
That was real.
チャミはウイルスに侵されている。
Charmy has the virus.
最初に触ろうとした時、チャミが爪を立てた。
The first time I tried to pet him, he got spooked.
私の手に噛みついて、チャミは血を浴びた。
He bit my finger, and my blood got all
だ
over
から
him.
チャミは私と同じになった。
So? Charmy's just like me now. No. No way. No way, I don't believe you. I still couldn't believe her. Or what she had told me about the virus earlier. Or what had happened right in front of me then.
ほら、生きてるわ、この子。
See? This little guy's alive. Tsugumi murmured as she looked
生
down.
きてる。
He's alive.
息してるし、
He's breathing, his heart's beating.
痛かったよね。
But it hurt,
苦しかったよね。
didn't it, little guy? It was painful, wasn't it?
私、ひどいことしちゃったよね。
I did something terrible.
ごめんね、チャミ。
I'm sorry,
ごめん
Charmy.
ね。
I'm sorry.
許して。私が悪かったの。
Forgive me. I was wrong.
でも、生きててよかったね。
But it's okay because you're alive, right? I started shaking Tsugumi's shoulders again. What the hell are you talking about? How can you say something like that? You just put him through something unimaginable, and now you just say it's okay because you're alive?
違う
Yeah, she's trying to make a point to you, sir. Tsugumi brushed my
あなたが
hands
言った
off.
のよ
That's what you said! See?
あの時たけしが言ったじゃないの
That's exactly what you said back there.
生きてさえいればって
It's enough to be alive. You're the one who said that.
それがどうなの見たでしょ
So how about it? You saw it happen, right?
チャミがどんな目にあったか私がどんな目に遭わせたのかたけしだって今見たでしょ
You saw what happened to Charmy, right? What I did to him. You saw it, Takashi.
生きてさえいればいいなんてそんな
And you can say, it's enough to still be alive. Well, it isn't.
そんなことはない絶対に
It isn't.
絶対にない
No matter what you say,
私は
I won't believe
そん
it.
なの信じない生きてるだけじゃ生きてるとは言えないのよ
It isn't enough to have life. You can't say that's living.
どうわかる
So, do you understand?
わからない
Or don't you?
たけし答えてよ
Takashi, tell me.
ねえチャミ
How about you,
チ
Charmy?
ャミには
Do you understand? Her face was pointing down. I couldn't see her expression. I didn't have to. I knew what it was. Tsugumi was crying silently. Countless tears fell from her face, like raindrops falling one by one onto the red-stained floor of the quale. I didn't know what to say. No words seemed adequate.
ね
Hey,
え私が何回死んだか
do
知
you
ってる
know how many times I've died? She was trying to stay as calm as she could. I have no idea. I could scarcely move my lips as I replied.
私ももう覚えてない
I don't remember anymore anyway.
そのウイルスのキャリアは当初世界でも十数人と言われた
In the beginning, there were said to be only a few of us carriers.
その中でも私は
But out
少
of all
し
of
特
them,
殊だった
I was special.
2005年8月
August 2005.
12歳の私は父親の仕事の関係で家族と一緒に渡米していた
I was 12 at the time and my family went to America because of my
その
father's
頃の
job.
私の友達
A friend of mine then,
ジュリア
Julia.
同い年の彼女はアメリカのとある病院に入院中だった
She and I were the same age and she had to go to the
不治の
hospital.
病だと言われていたが
They said it was a terminal
悪
disease.
性の腫瘍で あちこちに転移して手の施しようがなかったそうよ。
She had leukemia and was transferred back and forth to different places, but nobody could help her.
でも私は何度もお見舞いに通った。
But I kept going to see her
ジュリアのために
to keep up her spirits.
微笑んでいる彼女が余命いくばくもないなんて私は信じなかった。
Watching her smiling face, I couldn't believe that she didn't have long to
も
live.
しも奇跡というものがあったら、
I thought there'd be a miracle.
もしも私が祈ることで彼女が治るのなら、
I thought if I prayed enough, she'd get better.
せめて痛みや苦しみを和らげることができたなら、
If I cared enough, her pain and suffering would be less.
そう考えた。
I believed that.
そんなある日、
Then, one day,
私は事故に遭った。
I got in an accident. Is that how you got the virus?
いいえ、
No.
病院を出た途端に
Right after I left the
18
hospital, I got hit by a semi-trailer and got isekai'd into a world? No.
全身を骨折、筋断裂多数、意識不明、呼
Broken
吸停止、
bones throughout my body, torn muscles everywhere. I went into a coma. I even stopped breathing.
絶望的な状態。
It was hopeless.
だけど
But
なぜか私は
for some
死な
reason,
なかった。
I didn't die.
そして数ヶ月後、
And a few months later,
見知らぬ場所で私は目覚めた。
I woke up in an unfamiliar place. So she already had the virus then. Where am I? It's a hospital. Which one? Well, I don't really know either. You don't know? I don't know why, but I don't know. My name's Tsugumi. Komachi Tsugumi. You? Huh? What is your name? Well, I don't know that either. Sucks, huh?
記憶喪失の少年の隣で
I woke up next to a boy with amnesia.
窓の外は知らない風景。
Outside the window was unfamiliar scenery.
アメリカのどこかの空の下。
I was pretty sure it was somewhere in America.
だけどそれが地図のどこであるか知るには、
In order to find out just where I
そ
was,
れから実に8年もの年月を要した。
it would take another 8 years.
ずっとそこにいたの。
I was there the whole time.
私はその病院に。
I was at that hospital. Who are you? I'm the physician who will be attending you. Physician? Oh, you mean you're a doctor? Yes, I'm going to find a cure for your sickness and make you all better. Cure me? I got in an accident and got hurt. No, it's a little different than that. Different? You have a new disease. One we've never seen before. A new kind of disease. So that was...
そうよ。いつ何がきっかけでそうなったのかはわからない。
I don't know how I got it or when.
だけど目覚めた時にはもう
But by the time I woke up...
いいえ
No, probably before I got in the
実に
accident,
私はすでに死なない体になりつつあったの。
I was already in the process of becoming immortal. Alright, I'd like to take a little of your blood. Why? Well, it's for research, to find a way to cure you, of course. Your illness is very rare. There are very few people in the world who have it. And of all those people, you're special. Your genetic code is being rewritten. It is truly fascinating. You're the talk of our whole medical center. I don't understand what you're talking about. Hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna find a way to make you better, I promise. How are you going to get some blood? Well, princess, you just... Hey, don't worry yourself about it. Just give me your arm and we'll be done before you know it. It won't hurt.
たびたび採血をされたわ。
They came to take blood samples again and again.
その時は深く考えなかった。なぜそんなことをするのかって。
I didn't think much about it at the time, why they would do that.
病気の治療のためだから。君や君の仲間のためなんだと、その医師たちに言われ続けてきた。
The doctors kept telling me, it's so we can help find a cure for you, it's so we can help you and people like you. Hey, you there next to me. What? You're sick too, aren't you? Me? Well, the same sickness as me? No, I mean, probably not. You mean you aren't sure? Yeah, I'm fine. I know I can... you can... I can see the future.
彼は言った。
This is what he told me.
これから何度も悲劇を見ることになる。
You're going to have many tragedies in your life.
だけどどうか、その度に落ち込まないでほしい。
But I don't want you to be sad.
夏5年。それから3年。
The first one in 5 years. Then, 3 years later. Then, in another 3 years.
それでも生きていけるはず。
But you're going to live through all of them.
だいたいそういう意味合いのことを私に告げた。
That's pretty much what he told me.
やがて彼の言った意味が
It didn't even take long for me to understand what he was saying, even at my young age. Tsugumi, look! There's a cat and mouse over here. Oh yeah, they're so cute! I wonder why they're in a place like this. Yeah, those cages are so small, it looks painful. Do you want to let them out? I wonder if it'd be alright. It should be. Come on, let's do it! Hey, wait. Okay, everyone out! Run while you can! Hey, what do you think you two are doing? Ah, no, the experiment! Everyone, be careful. Whatever you do, don't let them bite you. Watch out, they're contagious! They were really mad at us. You opened up those cages so fast. You surprised me. They caught all the animals again. Yeah, they're right back where they were before. In those cramped small cages. They're trapped again. Why do they have to be locked up that way? Why? I wonder. Why?
それがなぜかは少しずつわかる。
I slowly started to realize why.
ここがただの病院でなく、
I began to understand bit by bit that I wasn't being kept at a hospital,
薄々感じ始めていた。
but a research facility.
誰もお見舞いに来ないし、
Nobody came to see
誰
me,
も退院する様子がない。
and none of the patients ever left.
入院する人だってめったにいない。
There were hardly ever any new
相変わ
patients,
らずここがどこなのかはわからない。
and the whole time I never knew where I was. Huh? They're all gone. You didn't let them out again, did you? No? Oh, well, I wonder where they went then. I don't know either. But they shouldn't have been kept in such a cramped space anyway. Yeah. Maybe the researchers thought the same thing and let them go? No idea. It's no good. They still haven't been able to discover the reason or mechanism behind it. Happened right in front of me, but I still couldn't believe it. The only explanation I can come up with is genetic transfer. It goes against everything we know about science. They withstood up to 4 splicings. I think maybe they could take 8. Let's keep testing. Oh, if we continue. There's no mistaking it, they're still alive. They might still even react at 16. But they're not! These aren't living creatures anymore, is that what you want to say? Perhaps that way of thinking might have been correct according to our old understanding, but we have no idea of the possibilities this entails. That's not right, it's crazy. Ah, the mice are still there. They're so cute. Wait, something strange. 1, 2, 3. Huh? Are there more of them? Or less? Did they put the cats back in their cages? The cover is locked. Ugh, can't get it off. Huh? What? Hey, kid. Where did the kid go? Answer me. Get out of here. It's time for you to leave.
私がそこを出るまで8年間、ずっとそんな日々が繰り返されたの。
That's what it was like for 8 years. Day in and day out.
来る日も来る日も。
Every single day.
私も何度か研究所の人間に呼び出された。
The researcher called for me,
私の仲間だと自ら言った。
telling me I'm your
けれ
friend.
ど実際は違った。
Truth is, He wasn't.
わけのわからない検査や試験が幾日も続いた。
I was being forced to do all these tests and experiments.
ただの道具のように扱われ。
And they used me like some tool.
痛みも苦しみも感じられず。
I stopped being able to feel pain or to suffer. When I went back to bed, all I could do was cry.
隣の少年はついに帰ってこなかった。
One day, the kid next to me didn't come back.
たけし、どういうことだか
Takashi, do you know why? Yeah, I mean, no, but...
説明しなくてもいい?
So I don't have to explain it to you? Yeah. If it's too painful for you, you don't have to say anything more. Tsugumi was stroking Charmy with a trembling finger. I put my hand lightly on Tsugumi's shoulder. To suddenly get hit by a virulent disease, and become someone who would never age. Spend 8 years trapped in a research facility. Couldn't imagine how it must have been to go through that.
嫌い。
I hate it.
おしゃべりな自分が大嫌い。
And I hate myself for talking about it.
おかしいね。
It's funny, isn't it?
たけしといると、
Whenever I'm with you,
いらないことをどんどん
I find
話してし
myself
まう。
talking about the stupidest things. It's okay. You don't have to talk. I'm so sorry. It was totally irresponsible what I said back there. It was careless of me to talk about being alive like it's just a given.
同情なんかしてほしくない。
I don't want your pity.
今さら。
It's too late. It's not like that. It's not like that. Tsugumi. I was wrong, okay?
間違ってたですって
You were wrong? She screamed suddenly. Don't tell me that!
簡単に自分の言ったことを撤回なんかしないでよ
You don't just take back what you say, not that
それ
easily.
こそ無責任よ
You want irresponsible? That's irresponsible! I didn't know what to tell
今
her.
のあなたは
You're just
奴
like
らと
them.
同じ分かってないの
You don't understand anything.
仲間って言葉を振りかざしてるだけ
You throw around words like friend without really meaning it.
彼女の気持ちはあなたに分かってない
You don't understand anything about how I'm feeling.
彼の気持ちだって分かっていない
You don't understand anything about what the kid's feeling. She was making me feel it had been a mistake to say I was wrong. But no, that wasn't it either. The truth was, there was no such thing as right and
生
wrong.
きている者はずっと生きるべきなんだと言ったわよねあなた
People who are alive should live as long as they can. You said that, didn't you?
私は生きながらえている
I'll survive.
おそらく何度も死んでまだ生きている
I'll probably die many times more, and I'll still be alive.
シャミも生きてる
Charmy here too.
でもたけしあなたは今
Takashi, can
本
you
当に生きてる
say that you're really alive right now?
本当にそこにいるの
Are you really there in front of me now?
どうしたの
What's wrong?
私の言うことありのまま受け入れるって言ったわよね
You said you'd accept everything I had to say, right?
たけしはそう言ってくれたよね
You said that. Right, Takashi? She bit her lip. Her shoulders were shaking. She looked bitterly disappointed. It was frustrating. That when she tried to live, she ended up dying. When she tried to die, she ended up living. It was a process that repeated itself over and over without end. It wasn't right or wrong. It was her reality. And it was something she had no choice but to accept. But I still wasn't able to accept it.
バカみたい
So stupid.
バカみたい
I'm stupid. But you know what?
あなたなんかよりずっとバカなのよ
You're way stupider than me. The gondola swayed. We'd arrived at the end of the ride. I had no idea how many times we'd passed by Quale. The door opened suddenly. She got up quickly and opened the door. Tsugumi! Stuck out my hand to grab her, but she swatted it away immediately. Don't touch me! Don't touch me. She closed the door from outside. The jellyfish I was riding on started moving again. Stupid. I muttered to myself. Stupid idiot. I said to myself. I said to her. I said to no one and nothing in particular. To everything. Outside the window was the ocean. An ocean closed off from the light. When it passed under the shadow of the installation, the gondola became dark. And inside of the darkness, all alone. I bit down hard on my lip as I cried. Soon after it was night, and also ad time, which means we are done with Ever17 for the day. Sweet jumpin' Jesus. Here, we'll save down on this one. Oh, well. We got the things going on, going down. I have no doubt that there is many, many hours left. See, it almost got me. I was like, But no. Nya. I won't fall for it. I won't fall for it. You can't get me. Oh. Alright.